Good morning, dear student. Today we are going to start subphylum Vertebrata, which is under the phylum Chordata. And you know all the characteristic of chordates. The first, presence of notochord. Second, presence of hollow nerve cord. They have gill slit and post-anal tail. So student, chordates have notochord, and when this notochord is converted into vertebral column, then we call it vertebrata. That means vertebrata have notochord and it converted into vertebral column. That's why all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrata. Now, vertebrata is divided into two divisions. The first one is agnatha and the second is gnatostomata. Dear student, agnatha, those organisms which didn't have jaw, that means jawless, lack of jaw. Obviously, when they didn't have jaw, so they are dependent to other, they are parasite and they are actually ectoparasites. Only one class under agnatha, and what is this? Cyclostomata. Cyclo, that means circular. Stomata, that means opening. Circular opening. They have mouth in a form of circular opening in which suckers is present. So now you remember that vertebrata is divided into two divisions. The first one is agnatha. Agnatha have jawless organisms, jawless fishes actually. And they have only one class, and what is this? Cyclostomata. Cyclo, that means circular, stomata, that means opening, which have mouth in circular opening, which have suckers is present, okay, for taking their food. Now the next one is gnatostomata, which bear jaw. They have jaw. They have under two superclass, and what are these? Spices in which fishes are there, and fish bear the fin. And the next one is what? Tetrapoda. Tetra, that means four, poda, that means limbs. So gnatostomata, which have jaw, have the two superclass. The first one is Pisces, that means fishes, and tetrapoda. Pisces have the two classes. Very important to learn it. Chondrichthyes and ostrich. Chondrichthyes, that means cartilaginous fish, and ostrich, that means bony fishes which have bones. Okay, and dear student, you see here that tetrapoda have four classes: amphibia, reptiles, aves and mammals. We learn each and every class one by one. So dear student, listen carefully. But firstly, you have to learn this complete flowchart, that vertebrata is divided into two divisions, agnatha and gnatostomata. Agnatha have only one class, which is cyclostomata. Agnatha, that means jawless. They have only one class, cyclostomata, which have opening mouth, circular mouth. Okay, cyclo, that means circular, stomata, that means opening mouth. Now gnatostomata have the two superclass, which is Pisces and tetrapoda. Pisces have the two class Chondrichthyes, that fishes which have cartilage. Ostrich, bony fishes which have bone. And tetrapoda is divided into four class: amphibia, reptilia, aves and apes and mammals. I hope you understand. Now we learn the first class, which is under agnatha. Agnatha, that means jawless. Yes. So cyclostomata is what? They are, you have to learn the characteristic. It's very important. Okay. You know that they all are marine. They are ectoparasite. You can see here they are ectoparasites. The second important point is what? They have 6 to 15 pair of gill slit. Dear student, always remember one thing. This number is very important. If I ask that for the respiration, how many gill slits is present in cyclostomata, and you write 2 3 or 2 to 5, it's wrong. You have to learn the number that cyclostomes have 6 to 15 gill slits. Okay, now cyclostomes have sucking circular mouth. Circular mouth, I already told you that they are cyclostomes, so they have the circular mouth. Okay, dear students, circular mouth have the sucking apparatus so that they take the food. They are ectoparasites. The next one is their body is what? Devoid of a scale. They didn't have a scale. Normally you see the bony fishes, they have a scale presence. In cyclometa, they didn't have scale. Devoid, that means lack of scales. The next is cranial and vertebral column are cartilaginous. Important. You know that they are under vertebrata, so they have vertebral column which is made up of cartilage. Okay, cranial, the bone which is present in a head part. Okay, circulation is closed type. And the next important one is what? Here you can see cyclostomes are marine. Okay, but they migrate in a fresh water for spanning. Spanning, what is the meaning here? You have to write in a corner of your NCERT, release the gamete. What you write? Release the gametes. Okay, release the gametes. They releasing the gametes, that means egg and sperm, in fresh water. So for spanning, they move into fresh water, and after spanning they die. Okay, but their larva after metamorphosis return in our ocean, and this one is important bit. What are the example here? Petromyzon, lampfish, and myxine, which is handfish. Okay, now the next one classes. I hope you understand cyclostomata. You have to learn all the characteristics. They are ectoparasite, they have 6 to 15 gill slits, they have closed circulatory system, they devoid the scales, and they are actually marine, but they move in a fresh water for spanning, and after that they die, and their larva after metamorphosis come return in our oceans. Okay, you have learned all the characteristics which is given in NCERT. It's very, very important. Okay, now the next we learn Gnathostomata, and in Gnathostomata I will told you that two classes will be there, superclass Pisces and Tetrapoda. Yes, you can see here that Gnathostomata have the two superclass, and what are these? The first one is Pisces and the second one is Tetrapoda. We have completed the cyclostomata, which is Agnatha, under Agnatha. Now Pisces have the first class, which is Chondrichthyes. Okay, so I will tell you the first class of Pisces, which is Chondrichthyes. Dear student, they also marine. You can see here they can marine animals with string-like body. You know that fishes have the string-like body and have cartilaginous exoskeleton. Important one. Why they are Chondrichthyes? They are Chondrichthyes because they have cartilaginous endoskeleton. They are not bony structures. They have cartilaginous endoskeleton. The next point is mouth is located ventrally. You know that ventral part and dorsal part. Many times I told you in the class that what is ventral, what is dorsal. So mouth is present in a ventral part. Again, they are under chordates, so they have notochord. Yes, notochord persists throughout the life. Important one. They have notochord persist throughout the life. इनकी lifetime notochord present रहती है. Gill slits are separated and without operculum. As like you see in a bony fishes, operculum is present. Gills covering. Okay, gill slit covering is known as operculum. But in cartilaginous, you didn't see this covering, which we call operculum. Okay, so they lack this. The skin is tough, containing minute placoid scale. Dear student, scale are so many types. But you remember one thing, that condyles have placoid scales. Okay, which scale they have? They have placoid scales. You cannot easily see with their external features this placoid scale, but this placoid scale is embedded inside their skins. And teeth are modified in placoid scale. Teeth are also modified in placoid scales. Understand? As like in bony fishes, you can the scales which anyone can remove it. You can see also the removing of the scales which is present in bony fishes. But in chondrichthyes, the placoid scale is present, and this scale are deep inside the skin. Their skin is very tough. Okay, and teeth is also modified in placoid scales. Understand that? Which scale is present in chondrichthyes? These are placoid scale. Yes, I hope you understand. Very important features, one more, is what? They are actually predaceous. Their jaw is very powerful. And student, one thing you have to mark, they are absence air bladder. They didn't have air bladder. If you stop, if these chondrichthyes stop to swim, continue, okay, then what happened? They start to sink. What I said, if chondrichthyes stop to swim, they start to sink. This is a reason that they are continuously swimming, because they didn't have air bladder. I hope you understand. Okay, so what are the main characteristics? They are cartilaginous. They have cartilaginous endoskeleton. They have notochord throughout the life. They have placoid scale. They didn't have operculum. They have absence of air bladder. I hope you understand. The heart, you can see here, heart is two-chambered. Okay, all the fishes have the heart which is two-chambered. Either this one is chondrichthyes or ostrichthyes. Okay, always remember that fishes have the two-chambered heart, one auricle and one ventricles. Is that clear? Understand that? Some of them have electrical organs, terpitoda. Listen students, this is very important. Torpedo, this one is torpedo. Torpedo have electrical organs. Okay, some has poisonous string. I already told you that they are predators. Okay, they are cold-blooded. All the fishes, either they are chondrichthyes or ostrichthyes, they all are cold-blooded, which we call poikiothermal animals. Poikiothermal animal, that means they lack the capability of regulate the body temperatures. They didn't regulate their body temperatures. As like we are warm-blooded. Okay, so all the fishes, they are cold-blooded, that means poikiothermal. They lack the capability to regulate their body temperatures. Their sexes are separate. Okay, sexes are separated. What the means? Is monoecious or dioecious? Dioecious, yes. In male, pelvic fins bear claspers. They have internal fertilization. Please mark it. They have internal fertilizations, and many of them are viviparous. Viviparous, who gave birth the young one. Okay, oviparous, that means egg. Viviparous, young one. Okay. Example, scoliodon. You have to learn all the example. This is all for today. In next class, we learn ostrichthyes. Thank you, class.